getting scary. It is cracked. Holy shit.
We found that the hull had dropped slightly and separated from the salon floor.
It's a good thing that we've found this now, as opposed to halfway across the Pacific. There's always a silver lining to all of these unfortunate events that happen. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Parlay Revival. After we put out part 1 of the disaster episodes last week, so many of you have commented and left us messages saying that you'd like to donate or help us out in some way. Thank you so much, it's so generous of you. It's not really in my nature to sort of accept things like that. I've already taken a job on a super yacht, so I'm gonna be absolutely fine financially. One way that you guys can show a little bit of love to the channel if you want to is through our Patreon page. Patreon's more like a subscription style donation where people acknowledge all of the hours and the hard work that goes into editing and making these videos. Patreons get early release of the episodes and exclusive content, so it's just a really nice way for you guys to donate if that's something that you're interested in. We've also been getting a bunch of comments asking if this is it for Parlay Revival just because this disaster happened. No, it's not, guys. We're just gonna get bigger and better from here. We've also got some really interesting stuff that's happened in the last few months that we haven't shown yet, so make sure you stay tuned, hit the subscribe button, hit like, and let's roll the episode. Morning guys, so we got in last night pretty late. Didn't sleep very well last night because the more I think about it, the more I realize there's something pretty serious going on here. That shroud there is completely loose. So we're just gonna start troubleshooting now. I think the first thing I'll do is go up the mast and just make sure all the tanks and everything at the top of the shrouds are still intact. I still have no idea what it could be. So it's a big mystery. What I do know is that we're not gonna leave Panama City until we've figured this out. So got a bit on here, but yeah, it's just a process of elimination, just troubleshooting one thing at a time. And I'm gonna start at the top, work our way down, and then go right down into the step of the mast and everything like that. See where something could have given for it to get this slack. So we've just got to try to figure this out. Yep, there we are. Top of the mast. Everything looks okay up here. Now we're going to work our way down. Start at the top of the cap shrouds and see if there's anything wrong there, and then keep working our way down, all the way down the diamond shrouds and everything. All of this looks fine. There's no cracks anywhere. Everything looks okay. All the welds are intact. This swage fitting looks okay, hasn't slipped, or there's no broken strands of cable there. Same with the forestay and this shroud.
I worked my way down the rig doing a thorough inspection. I used a halyard to see if the mast was leaning to one side more than the other, and also took measurements of the turnbuckles to see if both sides were equal. I checked the mast step to see if there were any cracks or compressions, then inspected the chain plates on both sides of the boat to see if I could see any signs of damage.
It all looks fine. That's what holds the whole rig up. That chain plate right there.
It's pretty crazy if you think about it.
The only thing we haven't checked is the turnbuckle inside here. So it's possible that if this turnbuckle was undoing itself, then that would loosen the shrouds as well. So this is the last thing we have to physically check on the rigging before we've gone through everything. In between it, so keep it gap. Okay, that's good news. Okay, so there's no turnbuckle there. It is just this spinning on that shaft there, that thread, that is the adjustment. So that's exactly where the tape is, so that hasn't moved. So that eliminates that. Righto.
As far as I could tell, there was absolutely nothing wrong with the rig. Luckily, there were some professionals in the anchorage who could give us their opinion.
So we got Max here, who's on another boat skippering it at the moment. He's a rigger from Germany. He's helping us out, giving us his opinion on a couple of things. but I don't see anything bad around here.
Max also found absolutely nothing wrong with the rig. We were also lucky enough to find a naval architect in the area, so we called on him for his opinion.
Yesterday, or 2 days ago, coming up here from Las Perlas, we noticed the shrouds were super loose, like really loose. We haven't really done much hard sailing down in Las Perlas, so it could have been like this for a while, but we're not sure.
Thorsten confirmed that it wasn't a rigging issue, or that there was anything wrong with our crossbeam,
Right, so that wouldn't worry me too much.
but rather an internal structural issue we were dealing with.
It should be probably at least straight.
The trouble is they glue a lot of stuff together. They don't fiberglass it anymore. They just use whatever, some PU-based glue somehow.
Yeah.
Similar to whatever, maybe Sikaflex or 5200 or so.
Yeah.
So we knew we had to dig even deeper to find what the culprit was.
Okie dokie. See you guys around.
Yeah, great meeting you.
So we've checked under the floorboards and everything's good except for this one spot here. This is where the mast bulkhead is. So this is where the most sort of flex has been happening. So this spot in the corner here, there's a couple of little cracks. But for the whole rest of the hull here, it's still tabbed to the hull really, really good. So that's good news. We just got to really open up this area here more and we'll figure out what's going wrong and how to fix it. It's getting scary. You can see it wanting to start a crack there. It is cracked. Yeah. Oh man, it's one big wall. You want to see behind here. Okay, so in the starboard forward cabin, and there is a big wall here, and when we look behind it, there's absolutely nothing there. So we're going to cut a big cupboard door on it, and it's going to do two things. It's going to give us a whole new storage area that we didn't even know we had, and we're actually going to be able to climb in there and have a look at all the bulkheads and stuff to keep troubleshooting this whole boat distortion thing. Holy shit. Okay, now we got this nice big storage compartment that we can use. We already stashed a few of these bad boys down here, don't tell anyone about that, but now we can thoroughly inspect this bulkhead, and I think I've already found a little crack in the corner here. Always put a t-shirt on when you're gonna rub yourself up against fiberglass, alright? See that? That is no good.
There was one last spot we wanted to inspect, but had to rip out the whole cabinet to be able to have access at all.
Yes, sir!
Go like there.
Yeah.
We found that the hull had dropped slightly and separated from the salon floor. There is no bulkhead in this whole area between the mast and the engine rooms, and just some flimsy plywood with glue holding it all together, which had snapped. It was a pretty tough discovery, but I do believe that there's nothing we can't fix if we put our minds to it, so I was trying to hold it together the best I could.
Alright guys, so here's the deal. I think what we've found is that the boat is bent. Really, really demoralizing, especially after the 7 months that we just spent in Guatemala in the shipyard fixing the boat. But it is what it is, and we always overcome these sort of problems, and it's just another obstacle that we've come across. But so I've contacted Lagoon. There's a Lagoon dealer in Panama. His name's Roberto, and he's going to come down and do an inspection. And what I would like from Lagoon, I know they're not going to take any responsibility, the boat went through a hurricane, but what I would love is for them to give us their opinion on how we can fix this boat properly. My gut feeling is that we're going to have to go into a shipyard and jack up the whole bridge deck and
reinforce the boat somehow, because it is clearly sunken in the middle here. So that's where we're at. What we're going to do next is we're going to draw up a diagram of the boat and mark up all the bulkheads and inspect every single bulkhead on this boat to see where we've got cracks, where we've got the frames separated from the hull, and when Lagoon come, we can show them everything that we've found. But it's hard to say whether this has just happened now, or if it's because of the hurricane, or it was damage prior to the hurricane. I've seen certain things around the boat that suggest that there was some damage happening before the hurricane, and the charter company fixed a few things, well, patched a few things. For example, the stainless steel plates over the hardtop here, they've clearly got some cracks underneath them, so the whole boat has flexed to the point where it has already started cracking. But as we go deeper and deeper, we're finding more and more issues. So it's a good thing that we've found this now, as opposed to halfway across the Pacific, because at least we can do something about it now. There's always a silver lining to all of these unfortunate events that happen. So it's a pretty big moment for us. I'm about to go pick up the Lagoon dealer, Roberto. So we need expert advice. I have to remove everything now.
Big job.
He threw out a figure of $30,000. There we go, here's the VHF antenna. It's been blowing off, that's for sure.
This is fucking crazy, man.